CrossSwap has taken off, but is it just the beginning or is it the end? Well, today we are going to look at the technicals, the psychology of buying and selling. We are going to look at staking. People are not understanding the math. Are you understanding the math? I'm going to show you today why math is so beautiful, because it allows you to see what you can't normally see. And then we're going to wrap it up to make sure you're seeing the vision of where we are today and where we're likely to be in the future. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008. Normally focused on trading currencies for the last 15 years, but now exclusively focused on crypto. So let's dive straight in. Quick caveat. I am not sponsored by the Bluezilla team or CrossSwap. I know, you're asking me. Like, Jagir, how are you doing so many videos on these guys? I love this team, love what they're doing. I've been a member of the BSE pad since March, and I've been really close to the fire, and it's been a big part of my strategy to really get involved with the IDOs, and I was involved in the IDO of CrossSwap. But the very fact that their price was going down, this was, the launch was down here, and they're going down, 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 down. And I'm like, hang on a second. These guys are a giant, and they're just under the radar. So now they're back on the radar. Look, they come alive. They've come alive, which is great. But today I want to focus on some price action and the psychology of buying and selling. So I got closing price. This is a 1 hour chart. This is the full price data of CrossSwap. I'm just going to show you something. When you take a candlestick, it tells you the highs and the lows. So what this shows us is when CrossSwap launched, this was the IDO, massive pump, correction, pump, and then nice correction, sell, all the way down to here, and boom, the giant is walking back up, right? But we want to look at this. So firstly, we just zoom into like the other day. I'm going to show you a couple of things, because you got to remember, even though fundamentally projects can be great or not so great, fear and greed, optimism, pessimism, speculation is what's driving the markets. When there's good news that comes out, people buy. And then when bad news comes out, people sell, and so on and so forth. So what we want to look at is, what is this? Is this a pattern? Because we do a lot of Fibonacci and Elliott Wave. If you haven't already, take my Fibonacci and Elliott Wave masterclass. It shows you how to read the psychology of the markets, the buying and selling behavior of mass herd psychology. But today, we're going to look at the current narrow picture, the next few days and weeks, but then the broad weeks, months, and years to come. We need to see the vision. So here we want to see, what is this? So you can see there was this, buying, panic selling, and now we're kind of normaling out. So we can kind of see what's going to likely happen next. But you can see it's quite noisy. When these candles are like this, these wicks, it's very noisy, and it doesn't give us that much valuable information. So sometimes it's helpful if you go to our line data and it just goes to the closing bar price. So you can see it's just a bit cleaner. So what we're going to look at in terms of Elliott waves is, we had this, what looks like to me a nice wave 1, a wave 2. We had this ginormous wave 3. I can tell you it's an overextended wave 3, which is normal for young projects, especially powerhouse young projects. It looks like we're getting some type of wave 4. We'll look at that, and we should expect some type of wave 5, right? So there's a couple of things I just want to get you clear on, because if you're not used to this, it can blow your mind, right? It can kind of be quite stressful. And I've got people in my private Telegram group who gets premier access to this kind of content. If you want premier access to my content, literally just buy one of my courses, take my free masterclass, and you'll get premier access to one of my courses or to this info. So what we want to do is look at a typical price for a wave 3, right? Typical price for a wave 3 is here, right? This is actually considered overextended, believe it or not. If we consider this a wave 1, 2, 3, this is what you call super overextended, right? And then if we take the candlestick into account, here's like super duper overextended, that's not that sustainable, right? So here you can see it was just panic buying. I don't want to miss the boat, panic buying, and then people get in here. You don't want to ideally get in here, drive up, and then we're going to get a correction, and then we'll probably get the next drive up. That's normal psychology of every market, stocks, commodities, Forex, Bitcoin, crypto, etc., etc. When there's mass herd psychology, we want to understand that. But there's a few things I want you to understand. First of all is, because we're going to cover a few things today. First of all, what is the current market cap of CrossSwap, right? 7.8 million. Let's just quickly refresh this page. I'm doing this video 8 a.m. UK time, 20th of October. It's currently 35 cents. So there's around let's just call it 7.2 million, right? We want to ask ourselves the question, has CrossSwap got the potential, considering that PancakeSwap is 5 billion, Uniswap is around 15 billion, has CrossSwap got the potential of being $1 billion market cap? In my opinion, I think yes. Yes, and I'm going to show you why as well. Because we want logical information. We don't want hype. We don't want just kind of, hoping and praying. We want to do stuff logically. But I'm going to show you with the staking. I'm going to show you I can de-risk yourself with staking. You can double your money with staking. The rewards that these guys have created, the Bluezilla team are so clever with tokenomics. It's their experience because they've done so many IDOs. It's unreal. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the math, right? Because the thing with math is, right, why I always love math. My degree is sports science and math. With math, you're either right or wrong, as in there's no middle ground. There's no gray area. 1 + 1 is 2. 4 × 4 is 16. There's no kind of and ahhing, whereas sometimes with other things there's and ahhing. Anyway, $1 billion market cap, right? Divide that by today's market cap of 7.2 million, right? For CrossSwap to reach $1 billion valuation, which is, in my opinion, on the cards. They haven't even released their DEX version 1 yet. So when that goes live and they start driving projects to that versus PancakeSwap, I think it's just in the moon. I think it's going to just, today, I'm going to show you some stuff. So 138x is on the cards from today's price. Because a lot of people are asking me, have I missed the boat? I've been reading your comments on YouTube. Should I buy now? Should I wait for a correction? I'm like, Jesus, man, people are not seeing the bigger picture here. So we need to see the bigger picture. So if 138x is on the cards, it doesn't mean, wait for the full 138x before you exit anything. You can buy and go, right, if it's on track for this, if and when it hits 10x from today, which is like $3.50, well, then you can exit 10%, 20%, have your plan in play. But 138x is highly probable. So what does that mean in English? Well, we're going to go here, right? So today's price, let's just call it 100x, right? Let's keep it simple. Today's price is roughly 35 cents of the price right now. Look at this. It's forming a nice, look at this, A, B, C correction of a wave 4. Typically this tends to come down to, I cover this in my Fibonacci and Elliott Wave masterclass in the link below. And you'll get a bonus of joining my private Telegram. I'm going to take the closing price. But a typical correction for a wave 4 is this region here. So don't be overly surprised if you just see wave 4s are profit taking. This is a profit taking wave. This is very common with psychology. And then we should expect a wave 5 and then so on and so forth. But what I want to focus on is 100x. Well, first let's focus on a 10x, right? A 10x. So today's price is 35 cents right now. Well, what is 10x of 35 cents? Well, it's $3.50, right? I'm going to do it like this. Because people are getting very excited about the price, right? And I'm like, yeah, 3, 4x, is that something to write home about? They're like, CrossSwap made an all-time new high. It spiked briefly for like 59 cents and then kind of hovered back down. I go, yeah, let's not get overexcited about that, because what I'm excited about is this. When we go, okay, if it does a 10x, right? 10x is a 70 million market cap, give or take. That's around, give or take, around here, right? Now, all of a sudden, yesterday's price move and all the price movements today, all the price movements today looks like a joke. Like, look at this. Look at this. That's all the price movement today. When you take the next target into account, look at the price action. Yeah, this is what you call perspective. Perspective, my friends. Perspective. Now let's just jump into Uniswap, right? The competitor, right? On the Ethereum blockchain, we know, currently $13, $14 billion market cap, all-time high of Uniswap. Let's see the market cap, all-time high, $22 billion all-time high. But what I'm going to show you is, look at this bit down here on the left. If I can bring this up here, I don't know if it lets me. And let's see, let's have a look. Bang. This bit down here, right? Before all of this stuff happened, There was a time when Uniswap was brand new. Now it raised a lot of money back down here, but I want to just look at the price down here. So let's have a quick look. All right, with CoinGecko, this CoinGecko we're on, we can take the data back to before anything spiked. But look at the behavior. Let me go a bit further back. Let's go a bit further back, and let's go even more further back. Let's go even further back. I'm almost trying to get the before any spike happened. Right, this is Uniswap. Boom. I want to have a look at. Yeah, so look at this. Look at this. Uniswap was sideways to down, like it did a nice pump on its launch. Let's just. I want to make this really clear. Sometimes it's not easy to see, right? It's not easy to see. You know, it's done his launch. It would have done his launch, pre-launch down here before it went onto the secondary market. Nice big move to the upside, and then just hovered sideways, right? And there was a time where people didn't know if liquidity pool tokens were going to really take off. Was Uniswap going to be the new big thing? And then they had this initial price move. And up here, it was what? What was the price? The price is roughly... Oh, no, it was all the way down here. That's the trouble using these tools. But the point I'm making is there was a time when it was moving sideways to down, and when it was 100 million market cap, 10 million market cap, and it got to 22 billion, right? We want to take that into account. So now let's look at the next target, 100x. Well, 100x, 35 cents. So if we just pull up a calculator, by the way, I'm going to cover the staking. The staking, hang around to the end. It's going to blow your mind. It blows my mind. Because when you do the math, because sometimes it's hard to see if you don't do the math. 35 cents times 100 is $35, right? $35. We go, where does $35 sit on this? Right? $35, get rid of this. $35. How much we have to zoom in, right? Jesus, look at this. It makes yesterday's price action look like a joke. It's like, why was everyone getting so excited about? It's almost like nothing. Nothing. Look how flat it is. So I'm giving you the vision, because this happens. Think about all the tokens that Bitcoin back in 2013, 2015. Well, now it looks like this, right? And now it's alive and it looks all the way up here. So what do you think is going to happen with these kind of projects? Well, $35 is around here. Right? You see what I'm getting at? What I'm trying to say to you. But this, I think, is this bull run. Like, I think this bull run, definitely the 10x. I say definitely high probability with the 10x. But 100x is on the cards, $1 billion market cap. Let me show you why. I'm going to jump around a little bit because I was going to do it in a particular order, but I want to show you this, right? Because someone asked me a question, this company has done a cross-chain DEX. They've done it already. I'm like, people don't understand business, man. It's sometimes a bit annoying. So CrossSwap will strengthen and bring together our ecosystem, right? That's what Bluezilla have said, backed by the full force of the Bluezilla marketing department. So if you're not familiar with their launch pads, what Bluezilla has been creating, since March, they launched the BSC pad, which is the launch pad. Now it's one of the most popular launch pads. Chom pad, ETH pad, KCC pad, ADA pad, Velas pad, Game Zone. And Velas pad today has got its first IDO at 9 a.m. I got to make sure I'm ready for that. Pulse pad. And they've been driving all that traffic currently to PancakeSwap, right? When they do their token generation event, it's always listed on PancakeSwap first. And just through BSC pad alone, they've done over 100 IDOs. Now all these new launch pads, each are going to do 100. So what's that? It's like 800 to 1,000 IDOs, new projects, strong projects. And they're going to all drive it to CrossSwap. CrossSwap is going to be the main DEX, right? That's what I'm seeing. Version 1 is due to be launched on the Binance Smart Chain this quarter. So that's why one of the reasons I made the video now is because I'm anticipating, because of their roadmap, that it's going to be due. So when they say CrossSwap, we're looking to be number one, the only DEX you'll ever need, they're being serious about this. So what most people don't understand when it comes to business is customer acquisition, right? Building a phenomenal product is one part of a business, but it's not the full ecosystem. It's like a car. An engine is the part of the ecosystem of a car, but you still need the gearbox, you still need the clutch, you still need the steering wheel, still need the seatbelt, you still need the tires and the wheels, right? So it needs to look at the ecosystem. So what they've said here is CrossSwap will strengthen and bring together our ecosystem. By itself, it's a good project, but integrated with Cross Wallet, integrated with all the launch pads and driving traffic, and then integrated with the staking rewards is insane. So I'm trying to make sure you see the picture. So this is the technicals. Now going from fundamentals yesterday, Now we're going to technicals of buying and selling behavior. This is, just pure math. But what I wanted to finish on, today, and this blew my mind. So when I did the video yesterday, and I said, look, CrossSwap, they have staking, they have a staking feature. So you click on the staking feature and it pulls it up. And yesterday, before the crazy buying and selling volume that started to occur, this APY was 220%. Now, what I really respect about the Bluezilla team, they've been learning very, very fast on tokenomics. They want to avoid price dumping. They want to incentivize token holding. So they've got a great tokenomics system that encourages and rewards long-term holders. And they say, look, every time people buy and sell, there's going to be a certain amount of fees, and 50% of those go back to the stakers. They've got the models in their documentation and their Medium articles. But you would have seen, because of that volume, this APY jumped up to 508%. But you might be thinking, well, what does that mean in English? Like, what does 508% mean in English? What does that mean daily? What does that mean weekly? What does that mean monthly? Well, I've created a spreadsheet for you, right? I like to create these spreadsheets. Sometimes it just makes my life easier to explain things, but even see the numbers for myself. Like, I do the spreadsheets more for myself. I want to see the numbers. So let's just say the orange part here is data you need to import just to make sure they're accurate. So put your buying price in. So let's just say, my private Telegram group would have seen this when the price was around 0.15, 0.17, give or take. But let's just say you saw it a bit later and it was 0.25 that you managed to buy your CrossSwap tokens. And the current price today was currently 0.35 when we saw, give or take. And let's just say you bought $25,000 worth, which is 100,000 tokens at $25. The current APY, yesterday it was 220%. But today, or as of yesterday evening, after all the buying behavior, it's 508. What does this mean in English? Like in plain, simple English. Let me bring up this so I can draw it over here. So it says basically daily, right? If you had done this daily, the number of tokens you will be achieving based on a 508% APY is you get an extra 1,392 tokens per day. That works out to be, at today's value of 35 cents, an extra almost $500 a day, which is 2% a day. Do that for a 30-day month. That works out to be 41,700 tokens. That works out to be $14,000 of value based on today's token price. And based on your purchase price versus today's price, that's 58%. Jeez, 58% APY based on, you have to take into account your buying price and the current price. So now let's just do some other math, right? That's why I said math is so beautiful. I know most people don't like math, right? But when you kind of go, it lets you see what you can't see, because emotionally and logically, this does not make sense. It does not make logical, intuitive sense. But in layman's terms, we go, okay, imagine you got a bit of a better buying price. Let's just say you managed to get, by the way, if you're in my private Telegram group, I'm going to put this Excel sheet in the private Telegram group. I know I gave you guys one yesterday, but this is the updated version. I just kind of was playing with it this morning. Right, so let's just say you got in at a slightly earlier price, and the price went past its peak. It went to 57 cents. So let's just say it went to 60 cents. What does that mean with numbers? Keep in the 100,000 tokens. So your purchase price would have been, or your purchase amount, your cost would have been a bit lower because you got in at 20 cents. So it would have been 20 grand. 500% APY, 508. Your daily rewards are still the same, right? That doesn't change. The number of tokens doesn't change. Why? Because from a token perspective, that's just fixed. But because the value of the purchase price, the cost, and the value of the current token today, that changes a lot. Because now all of a sudden, you're getting $835 worth of new rewards per day, which is 4% a day, 25 grand a month, which is 125% per month, net, not gross, net. There's a 2.25x. What? Are you seeing that? Right? I'm hoping this is making sense, because most people, this confuses people, right? So I've just put this together to kind of try and get it into layman's terms. All right, so let's just make it even simpler, or even look at a few things. So go, okay, Jagir, the more stakers there are, then the APY is probably going to drop. If the volume doesn't maintain it or drop, we'll go, well, if it drops to 300% APY, still 74% a month from and it's based on your original purchase price. That's important, right? Because you're looking at P&L, business model. You're looking at this and going, oh, actually, this is quite healthy. All right. So now let's just do one more bit of math. Let's keep it at 508 because that's what it is today. Let's just say the token price does appreciate. Let's say it does a correction and then it goes a bit more and it corrects and it goes more. And it does do a 10x from today's price. It's going to blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. But people don't do the math. People don't do the homework. You got to do the homework, right? You got to sharpen your act so you can see what your eyes not telling you. The numbers tell you what your eyes are. Look, it's the big number so big, it doesn't even show you. Okay, I need to just change the view here. I need to bring this back up. Here we go. But I need to just extend this. The numbers are so big, we have to extend it. Jesus Christ, look at this. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I haven't done these numbers yet, but look at this. So we're talking now exactly the same. Look, the token rewards are the same, but because the price appreciation in the future is potentially higher based on your purchase price, we're talking about, it works out to be, in hindsight, 24% a day, 731% per month. And you still own the underlying token, right? So your underlying token value is 100,000 times $3.50, which is 350,000, plus making, I don't know how, I'm just showing you the math, right? Whether it's going to play out like this, I don't know, but I'm just showing you the math. But if we just keep it very simple, let's just, maybe we're getting too excited, right? Let's just keep it maybe at $1, right? And even at $1, 7% a day, 209% per month. That's doubling your money per month, but you still own the underlying token, which has appreciated by 5x in this example, which means 100,000 your token's value. So you made 80,000 on the token appreciation, and you're making 41,000 a month. So what this allows you to do is to put this into your risk tolerance and your risk management, because everyone's asking me, well, I say everyone, many of you are asking me, Jagir, okay, now we've got this vision of like, Jesus, if anything like this happens, even just this one down here, if this 10x happens, that's going to be incredible, right? Everyone's asking me, again, I say everyone, a lot of people are asking me, should I buy now? Should I wait? Should I wait for the pullback? I go, well, I'm trying to listen to what is the major concern here? And I don't want to lose money, obviously, right? So now all of a sudden, what you can do is you can say, well, if I buy anywhere in this zone, and it reaches anything close to the 10x, let's get rid of this. How are you finding this? Let me know. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let me know how you find this, because this is more just logic, right? I'm aiming to get the logic across, because doing this stuff is an emotional game, but we want to go logic. We want to get very logical about this, because then we can manage our emotions. Now, if we are anticipating at least another 10x, and let's just say you're planning it's going to take 3 months, but now you can say, well, if my staking account, if your staking rewards, again, let's just keep it more conservative. Let's just say 50 cents. All right, if we say we're happy with 50 cents, and let's just say you bought at today's price of 35 cents. Still, at 35 cents and getting to 50 cents, with today's APY, you're still making an additional 60% a month. So what that allows you to do is to have a bit more of a price tolerance, to say, oh, okay, even if I bought at 35 cents and it went down to 20 cents for however long, well, I'm still making 60% anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm hoping that makes sense. It's a bit of math that's required, a bit of homework, but I will put this spreadsheet in my private Telegram group, so if you're in the group, you'll get access to this. And if I do updated ones, I'll also make access to that also. So let's finish on what I promised, which is staking, right? The how-to. So we go to Cross Wallet, and it's got this staking. Many of you haven't staked before. It's like, what is staking? So just think of it as CrossSwap want you to stake your token, put them into a special, think of it as a blockchain bank account, yeah? A special blockchain bank account, because it helps their liquidity, it helps their project, it protects the token price, it allows for different things to occur. And they say, as a thank you, every time someone buys and sells our tokens, and especially when they're going to use our product, the DEX, when it launches, we take a certain percentage of that and we reward the people that are helping us by staking their tokens. Right? That's basically in a nutshell what staking is. And we go to staking. Currently it's 508% APY. So how to do this? So we need to buy some tokens. If you haven't bought no CrossSwap tokens, you go to PancakeSwap. You need to get the token. I like to always be on the safe side. There's a lot of fake tokens, and I see people, getting burnt a lot of the time with fake tokens. So we want to go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, type in CrossSwap, copy the contract address. We don't want the Ethereum one. We want the Binance Smart Chain address. So we have to click this More button and copy this address. Unless you're buying on Uniswap. Uniswap's going to be more expensive, so we don't need to buy on Uniswap. So select currency, paste, and CrossSwap pops up. Normally, if you're doing it for the first time, it will say import the token, and then you don't have to do it again. We want to buy in, ideally, BUSD. So first we need some BUSD, so I should have probably done that first. So let me just go to BUSD. I'm just going to do this as an example. We're just going to buy $50. I think $50 will be enough for this example. $50 of BUSD, we just need to swap that. 0.1, is that right? That can't be right. Yeah, that's right. 0.1, we'll swap it back at the end. Let's do, yeah, that's fine. $50 is fine. Let's just swap that, $50. I'm doing this because you can buy in BNB. There's no problem with buying in BNB. What the challenge tends to be is hard to see the price because BNB is like Ethereum. It moves a lot, it's like $500 or thereabouts. So we've got our BUSD now, which is great. So now we want that at the top. We're going to click this arrow. That goes to the top. Then we're going to change this token at the bottom to now CrossSwap. Great. And we're just going to buy $50 worth of CrossSwap. Again, it will update in a second. We can change the slippage. I know some of you having difficulty with the slippage. I've read your comments. So 0.5 tends to be fine for most tokens, but when there's high volume, you might have to increase this to 2%. Sometimes I've had to increase it to 4%, 5%. I know sometimes the Bluezilla team make you change it to 8 to 12%, which I'm not delighted about when they do like some of the tokens like ETHPAD tokens, etc. But that is what it is. So we got the price down here. So we can click this circle over here. This tells us we are getting quoted a price of 35 cents. And we can expect to receive around 138 tokens. So we got a swap. Yep, that's fine. Let's see if it goes through. Yeah, because the volume is not that high right now. Should go through fine. Always have to click BSC scan. So if we can look at it on the blockchain, on the Binance Smart Chain blockchain. These are like the how-tos, right? If you've done this already, you don't need to really watch this again. All right, so now we've got 100, you see this here? 139 tokens in our wallet. If you want to add the token to your wallet, I don't think I've got it added to this wallet. Let me just check. No, I haven't got it added to this wallet. So all you do to add it to your wallet is go back to CoinMarketCap and just click on, drop down the Binance contract, click the MetaMask icon. It will read you've got 139 tokens, add token, bang, and now you'll see it's in the wallet, right? It's always in the wallet. It just wasn't displaying in the wallet. So we wanted to display in the wallet. That's what that's doing. And it's quite nice because when you do it this way, it also shows the logo. When you do it another way, sometimes doesn't show the logo. So last but not least, what you're going to do for CrossSwap is, let me just log out here. So you're going to connect your wallet. Boom. It will read how many tokens are in your wallet. So it says 139. That's what we just bought. And then you just follow these steps. Like literally just follow the steps. It says checkpoints, amount stake, pre-authorization, confirm, confirmation. So read, I have read the terms and conditions. Yep, that's fine. Let's go next. Yep, we're on the maximum. Next. And we're just following these steps. So it's very intuitive, whatever pops up. Confirm the transaction. They charge you a gas fee. Like they don't charge you a gas fee. The Binance Smart Chain blockchain charges you a gas fee because you need gas for it to operate. So that's the first one. So we're doing the pre-authorization. Binance Smart Chain is quite fast in comparison to Ethereum. It takes around 15 seconds. Yep, that's fine. Great. Now we're just going to go, that's been confirmed. Now we do our final confirmation. Next. And then we'll see where it says staked in the top left over here. The tokens will pop in there. Boom. Now you're achieving 508% APY, and you'll get this daily. You'll see in your wallet, it now says 0. If you pull up the wallet over here as well, don't know if you can, yeah, you can see this. It will also say it disappears. So this wallet is set to only show tokens that have more than one token. But that's it, done. And then all you need to know is they are a unstaking rules on the smart contract. It says after unstaking. So let's just say you had your APY going for 2 months, and then you want to now maybe sell 50% of your tokens. You can go after unstaking, you must wait 7 days before you can withdraw your CrossSwap. So what that means is when we click next, we're going to unstake now. Let's just unstake these. Yeah, how much? We want to unstake all of them, 139 tokens. Next, same process. I think this one only requires one confirmation. And what you're going to see is the staked tokens then go into the unstaked wallet, which is going to be over here. And then there should be a countdown timer, I believe, that appears. And it just says, right, you are now locked in for 7 days. After 7 days, then and only then can you withdraw. Here we go, look. Boom. It's popped up. Nice, easy, intuitive. Countdown timer. It says, all right, Jagir, you've unstaked 139 tokens. Our smart contracts are set. So you have to wait 7 days. You know, their reasoning is, protect the token price. They don't want people to play the system, and these are the rules of the game. You get an attractive APYs. These are just the rules. If you like the rules, play the game. If you don't, we'll go somewhere else. And so we got 6 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes, basically 7 days. And there you have it. Let's just finish on one last thing. Let's just use this example. I know it's a tiny amount, $50, right? 139 tokens. But if we just pull up this again, and we say we bought 139 tokens, we paid 135 cents, 35 cents, 135 cents. And today's price is, let's just say it gets to 40 cents, right? Cost is roughly $50. But what this shows us is we're going to get on a monthly basis 58 new tokens, right? Which as a percentage is still 50%, because that's the beauty of math. The percentage is what's important. And then you can do it on a small level in terms of monetary amount or a larger level. But then let's just say our current price goes to $1. Well, then you still get 58 tokens, but because the value of the token is higher, it works out to be 120% APY per month, right? As in not APY per month, because that's annually. It's interest per month, right? Which is better than annually. Annually, it works out to be like 1,000, like times 12, right? And that's not even considering that you may be compounding, where you get your rewards, put them back in your staking account. Get rewards, put them back in your staking account. So you can kind of basically just decide how you want to run the whole thing. So there you have it. So let me know how you found today, because what I'm aiming to do, because sometimes it's annoying, right? People see the opportunity, people want to buy, don't know how to buy, haven't operated with DEXs before. What is a DEX? What is staking? Why do people do staking? How does it work? Do I have access to my tokens? Do I lose my tokens? Do they get burnt? So there's always tokenomics involved. So you need to understand that. And that's part of the game. This is a very lucrative industry in terms of crypto. And DEXs, projects like CrossSwap, which are solving a big problem. And I know there's other projects that are doing cross-chain and DEXs and everything else, but you have to look at the ecosystem. That's what excites me the most. And when version 1 comes out and they start pushing their new IDOs onto CrossSwap, as opposed to PancakeSwap, as opposed to using Uniswap, they're just going to bridge to your MetaMask Ethereum wallet. So the initial part, how I understand it, is we'll launch on CrossSwap on the Binance Smart Chain, and then give people the option to bridge to the Ethereum network if you choose to do so, and then you can use CrossSwap for that also when they launch for Ethereum. So let me know how you found today's content. It was more educational. We did technicals, we did the psychology of buying and selling. Take my free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci masterclass, which lets you learn and see the chart patterns, how they unfold time and time again, so you don't have to be a part of the FOMO, the fear of missing out, but you can be ahead of the game, like leading indicators. Then we looked at the Bluezilla team, the ecosystem. So it's not just a single project. They're going to be integrated, I think it's in Q2 or Q1 of next year, with the Cross Wallet, right? Cross Wallet front facing. They've got everything kind of lined up. Very excited to kind of see how this unfolds. And then we covered staking. Staking is so powerful. 508% APY is ridiculous. Like when it jumped from 220 to 508 in my private Telegram group, people were saying, Jiggy, is this real? I'm on the right side. It says 508%. When I checked, I was like, geez, that was 220% like yesterday. That is insane. And then when I did the math, what we saw in the spreadsheet, because I wanted to kind of go, what does this work out to be daily? And then I looked at the numbers, I was like, oh, geez. And then if the price accumulates and appreciates, I go, that is mind blowing. What does it work out to be monthly? So if you can do the math like a business guy or a business girl, it changes everything. It eradicates more emotions and it brings in more logic, objectivity, mechanical behavior. Because a lot of people are looking to get in and out of the market in the same day. I go, man, it's not like a scalping trade. This is not like a, buy, bump, sell. You can do that if you wish to do so. But if you look at the bigger picture, W.D. Gann said it best. He's one of the forefathers of technical analysis back in the 1800s, early 1900s. And he said, one of my mentors taught me this. He said, Jagir, the big money is made in the big moves. It's not when it goes from 3 million market cap to 9 million market cap. That's tiny. It's when it goes from 3 million market cap to $1 billion market cap to potentially $5 billion market cap. So you want to kind of take that equation into account, not just this quick flipping amateur mindset. Understand the project, read around the project. What are they really doing? What have they created? And how can we have confidence with the high probability outcome? But leverage the tools all the time. The APY, you have to check it out. Even if you try it with a small amount, you don't see those kind of APYs with a token that's appreciating. Because normally yield farming, if you've done yield farming, normally when it's ridiculous APYs like 500% or higher, normally the underlying token is depreciating in value massively. And then you get impermanent loss when you have to have liquidity pool tokens. It's complicated to do that. But here, you only are using CrossSwap tokens. You don't have to pair it with another token, which is a whole different game. So it's simple, it's easy, it's logical, and hopefully today's been helpful. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments. Let's finish on a quote. What are we going to quote today? Let's go. I know what I'm going to go with today. I need to find it though. Give me 2 seconds. I should have prepared this in advance, but hey, sometimes I want to see how the content flows and then what's the lesson. Because I'm realizing this more and more. Sometimes it's, it's great seeing the thing, but then it's like, how do I do it? And I'm like, oh man, okay. Because this is the whole problem with sometimes with crypto is the level to take action is here and the real opportunities at this level, but people their understanding is just down here. So in other words, we need to know basic trigonometry or basic algebra. We need to know x plus 1 equals 3. What does x equal? Okay, x equals 2 in that equation, right? We need to know the basics. But people are still struggling with how I need to figure out what 1 plus 1 is first. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm noticing is this. Hope you don't take this personally, but it is what it is. A wise man. I'm going to call myself the wise man in this scenario. That's why I got these white hairs, right? The wisdom. I like to call it wisdom. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. And I'm not calling anyone a fool, but because I'm very patient when I'm teaching. But I'm like, okay, we need to learn the basics. We need to learn how to use wallets, how to use MetaMask, how to stake and unstake, how to have gas. What is gas? How to swap tokens, how to do basic Elliott Wave and Fibonacci. If you haven't already, it's in the description below. Free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci masterclass. I've spent so much time to simplify it because it can be quite complicated, So just be mindful of the questions you're asking and see if you can YouTube it yourself or Google it yourself and go, let me check this out. And once you see the bigger picture, you should do better. You should feel more comfortable. And again, 1 to 4%. Whatever your level is, just go 1 to 4% above it. That was the secret to happiness, by the way. 1 to 4%. If you just get into that flow, 1 to 4%. But if you do 1 to 4% away, there's also something called the Kaizen way, which is a Japanese philosophy, which is, you might try and do everything in one day. No, but if you do 1% a day and you increase by 1% a day, I believe it was doubles every 70 days, something like that. Yeah, 1% a day. So just do it slow and steady, wins the race. I used to say as a kid, fast and steady wins the race. I said, how about fast and steady? But slow and steady wins the race. Blockchain is here to stay. Crypto's here to stay. Yes, we're in a bull run right now. And yes, maybe December, maybe January, February, March, we need to be aware of the market psychology. Anyway, Fibonacci masterclass, I'm telling you, I show you how to read the markets, and it unfolds time and time again. But then think about the longer game, the staking accounts, the yield farming, and there's going to be so much opportunity because this is the future. The same way the internet was the future in the mid 90s. All right, have a good day. I'll see you very soon.